I stand on my 2 feet. I'm in my proper person. I am sovereign. I am man. The flesh lives. The blood flows. I challenge the jurisdiction. And if jurisdiction cannot be proven, I move to dismiss this case.
That would be denied.
Along with the officer and sergeant who are already going to be getting sued. There's no need to add you as well.
Any threats to sue me or to take any action against me, I can't be swayed by that. So
it's not a threat. It's just what it is.
All right, guys, today we've got a lunatic sovereign citizen who is completely off his rocker. Unlike the rest of us normal humans on this planet, this dude claims to be a living man standing on his 2 feet with blood in his body. Like, all right, we get it, you're alive, congrats. But it gets better, this dude actually threatens to sue the judge. Yeah, that's also a big no-no in court. This dude is just completely out of his mind, and you just got to watch it to believe it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this idiot here. Let's go ahead and dive in and see how this crazy court hearing plays.
Go ahead and have a seat, please. His rights at arraignment.
My honor. So, for the record, I've made this special dissertation under duress pertaining to the matters of Jonathan Troy, Faifoleaso Maliatoa Schuster. For I am beneficiary, I am sovereign, I am man. The flesh lives, the blood flows. I am a non-U.S. citizen, American national. I am sui juris imperfecta persona. I reserve all rights. I do not understand the status. And so I ask you, ma'am, what is your name? What is your nationality? And what is your status?
I'm Judge Grant. I am a citizen and I'm the judge in this court. You are here subject to appropriate jurisdiction. So you are here for an arraignment. You've been charged with a crime. Today, you will be asked to enter a plea.
Ma'am, I object because a citizen cannot sit a bench, ma'am.
So I'm going to go through the information. It looks like you have been charged with driving with a suspended license, driving without a required ignition interlock device, refusal to comply, not having proper registration on the vehicle, expired over 2 months. And then there was also a driving violation. Wheels were off the roadway. Last two are infractions. So,
ma'am, jurisdiction cannot be proven unless status is established. You have not established status. And so if you cannot do that, I challenge the jurisdiction. And if jurisdiction cannot be proven, I move to dismiss this case with prejudice.
That would be denied. So I am going to, at this time, review for probable cause.
Object. Again, I challenge the jurisdiction, and jurisdiction must be proven.
It's not going to happen today.
Jurisdiction must be proven.
To hear the charges, and I will be reviewing for probable cause, and then we'll make a determination as to whether or not you will remain in custody. And I will hear from the prosecutor as to that.
And if you violate my rights even further, ma'am, as well as the officer and the sergeant that violated my rights, who are also going to be getting sued, it would just add to that. And I don't think that you need to go that route.
While I review this incident report. All right, I do find probable cause with the charges. I will be entering not guilty, please.
Ma'am, you cannot practice law from the bench. I object.
Noted.
You cannot enter a plea for somebody. That is, practicing bench from the law.
Unless you want to enter a plea of guilty, today there'll be a plea of not guilty. Understand you are objecting.
Ma'am, I object. I challenge the jurisdiction. Jurisdiction has not been proven.
Jurisdiction hasn't been proven, really? Then why are you sitting there in handcuffs wearing that ugly striped jumpsuit? It's almost like you're under the jurisdiction of the state, buddy. This guy's giving. I've watched too many YouTube videos and now I'm an expert vibe. This guy is literally acting like he's about to drop some mind-blowing truth, but all I hear is the ramblings of someone who can't get their facts straight. I mean, this dude, he literally sounds so upset and feminine. It's like he's ready to cry about the government conspiracy while sipping a latte. I also really wish the judge would just snap back at this goofy sovereign citizen and tell him it's not my job to prove jurisdiction is wrong, it's your job to prove it. Like, seriously, if you're going to show up in court with this script, at least come prepared. This isn't the worst citizen we've had, but this dude is definitely not the brightest so far. Let me know what you guys think about him. Let's dip back in.
Status has not been proven or established. And once again, you haven't even established, your nationality or your status. I am a non-U.S. citizen, American national by way of America Samoa. I reserve all my rights.
Is this something that we need to consider a competency evaluation for?
We may need to consider ordering ability to proceed, but it looks like you have a driver's license that recently expired.
To question my competency because I'm establishing status and asking you to prove jurisdiction is outrageous. And so, again, if jurisdiction cannot be proven, I move to dismiss this with prejudice based on the grounds that you cannot prove jurisdiction.
All right, I've reviewed this. You were driving in the city of Lake Forest Park. You were violating
Again,
the laws.
I was not driving. Again, I have rights.
You were behind.
And my rights were violated. My rights were violated. My right to travel freely unencumbered was violated. There was no emergency in which the officer needed to put on his red and blue lights. And so, again, if status cannot be set, jurisdiction cannot be proven, I move to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
That's denied. So you've made your record. Right now, I'm going to directly appoint counsel from the bench. Ms. McDonald.
Again, I am sui juris in propria persona. I stand on my 2 feet. I'm in my proper person. And so I reserve all my rights.
I understand that, and I've acknowledged that. I'm not dismissing your case today. I'm going to hear from Ms. McDonald as to the city's position on release.
Yes, Your Honor, I am going to be asking that the bail remain the same. It looks like it's currently set at $2,000. I do have some concern regarding his willingness and ability to reappear if he was released on his own recognizance, as well as concerned about community safety and risk of reoffending, given his temperament in the court today.
And Your Honor, Mr. Schuster would ask the court to release him on his own recognizance. These are not violent offenses. I don't see that he has any convictions for violent offenses. There was an assault from 2021 that was dismissed. He may have a view of the law that is different than the city's, but that in itself does not indicate that he won't come to court or that he would in any way try to subvert court proceedings. So we'd ask the court to release him on standard conditions.
Well, the court can consider whether or not Mr. Schuster is likely to reappear for future court hearings. What I hear from him today is that he completely objects to this court having any jurisdiction. I don't have a good faith basis that Mr. Schuster will return if I were to release him.
There's just no way this guy comes back if the judge lets him out today. You could just tell by his attitude that he commit the same crimes he's being accused of 100 times over and over without a second thought. Like, this dude looks like he'd rob a bank and then ask for a refund. I'd also be willing to bet this is the type of guy to do a hit and run because he hates society and doesn't even bother with insurance. Like, who needs it? He'd probably say while speeding away. It's honestly just crazy how some people act like the law doesn't apply to them. I know the judge probably doesn't want to let him out, but what do we do with people like this in the courtroom? Should we extend their sentences or something? Because honestly, I feel like that's the only thing we could do at this point. Let me know what you guys think. Let's dive back into the video.
I do see that he has a prior conviction for DUI. He's on a deferred prosecution at this time in Seattle Municipal Court. He's not complying with conditions if he's driving without a license and driving without a required ignition interlock device. Also, indication that Mr. Schuster will not abide the court's orders to appear on his promise. I want to look at the Seattle Municipal case and see when he's next scheduled to appear.
Like he had mentioned too, in 2021, same situation, or not same situation, a situation occurred in which they tried to charge me They didn't have jurisdiction. It was dismissed. And again, I don't want any charges against me because I do have the deferral, which would obviously violate that deferral. And so I will make any visitations, special visitations to the court to handle any matters pertaining to Jonathan Troy Faifale, also Malietoa Schuster. I'm a man, I'm free, and I want it to stay that way.
I do see it looks like he's got at least 3 prior warrants. He has 2 priors out of Benton County, 1 out of Lower Kittitas.